Your Vegas co-star.
Yes. Well, it depends. We can pretend it's like a total surprise, and then he can enter on his verse. What do you think? Surprise.
And leave that up to you.
And then we can shout after, oh, he's coming up now! He's coming up now!
I just realized how, I mean,
How
the
much
women
I can
as well.
talk.
No, but how jealous the guys must be of me in the audience to be up here with you, right? Yes. Must be a love hate. I hope it's some love, but mostly hate that I get to do this. Hang out with
No.
so many things. So good to be here with you, and I'm riveted. No, we joke around a lot, but I'm thrilled to be here.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't wear socks tonight either. So
I
we
love
both didn't wear
that.
socks.
And black, we did her all black.
So many things. I mean, if you're gonna love something, love Debbie Gibson. Because
That's so great.
it's rich. It's the gift that keeps giving. Seriously.
I needed a dose of
Oh,
Joe
stop,
Mac
stop,
right
stop.
now. I did. I mean, like literally when the show ended and I left him like the sappiest,
Left you. It's
longest voice memo. I told
left
you
you.
long voice.
Oh, I thought like we got a divorce. You left me.
No, I left you the longest
Yeah.
voice memo because it felt like a
Wait a minute. You said.
trial separation or something. I
Did you
was
say
like,
a? You left me a voice memo.
well, no, wait, let's get one thing straight. We already know
She's the
I'm
voice
like,
memo queen.
and I'm 5 memos or text to everyone
Yeah.
reply.
Yeah.
But like most people in my life, because I just tend to overshare.
Yeah.
I tend to overcommunicate.
You don't want to text at all.
I don't want to tell I'm vocal.
Every time I do it now, I say, this is a Debbie Gibson voice memo. Yeah.
I feel
So
that
I'm
was
spreading-
really funny.
I'm
No, but I was like, I was going through show and Joe withdrawal.
Yeah.
Because starting last, I think it was like December, we started talking about Lost in Your Eyes, then we
Yeah.
recorded, and then,
Yeah.
so we had this through line of like 10 months of collaborating, and then all of a sudden it was crickets, he was back to his real life.
Yeah.
The nerve of him!
Driving around 3 kids in Los Angeles. Living the life in Las Vegas. It's a big difference.
We had such a great time.
So many things, though. Wow. You're amazing. I didn't know how amazing you were.
Oh
No, I'm
my
kidding.
God!
I'm kidding. Of course I
No,
did.
thank
But
you.
so many
Thank
things.
you.
Oh, by the way, I Missed You Freedom? What was that one? I gotta catch that one.
Oh,
what was
that's
lyric?
that song. I taste your freedom.
Oh,
I missed your freedom.
I love that.
I don't even remember the order of these lyrics. You never left me freedom. Well, that's later, but I'm coming for you. I'm running for you.
And the movie that you should score is the movie where you play your mom in the movie
Right.
with some awesome younger, almost as awesome as you, right? Let's get on that. Let's get on that. I want to
No,
see that
I
movie.
really, really want to do that movie because it's grittier than people know. Like those times were gritty, those clubs. I mean, I was playing clubs in East LA with like armed men walking us in. I mean, I was 16 from Long Island.
Yeah.
You know, it was really intense. And I'd get up on a stage and there'd be people that did not want their evening of drinking and picking people up
Do be like-
disrupted by this little
She's singing a song,
suburban
dude.
white girl. We had like, yo, 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 clear the dance floor, we gotta sing it. And I was like, ha, no, the But you know, because look, you started.
We did. I mean, it was. I had 4 of the guys that had my back. To do it alone and be a girl at the time is a whole other
It was crazy.
source of energy.
But I mean, you guys did the Apollo as like one of your first things, which was
yes.
pretty ballsy.
Well,
Can you say ballsy at the Grammy Museum?
we did have 3 years of lots of shows in Boston, so we weren't fish out of water at the Apollo. Funny enough, and you can't do that well at the Apollo if you don't have some experience.
Right.
Most of the time. But the club shows, and some people ask, is it different with the social media? But the fun thing, isn't that a movie? Isn't it so interesting to hear that story? And that's what I wouldn't want to trade, is we had to go into people's offices while they were getting their shoes shined.
Right.
And sing.
Audition.
And dance and audition. And we'd have to go to the clubs at night to make it, to get a break. You'd have to get in a car and do 3 shows in one night. And that's not what you have to do now. And this generation doesn't give a crap. They're having a blast, and they should. But it's a total different thing. It's not as cinematic today, because everything, the movie is on the phone, right? But this just has so much more life to me, and so much more, and then what, which is so exciting.
I mean, I think about, I always reference Asian promo tours, because Asian promo tours were when my longest, hardest day now was a third of a day on the Asian promo tour. And you were just going and going, and then your day off was a travel day, and you'd arrive at the airport to press fans, and you just went. And the stamina you had to have back then was it was definitely a different thing than here, 1 million people can, push a button and see 1 million people can hear your song. So, yeah, it was interesting. Cinematic, I like that. Speaking of cinematic,
oh
should we
boy.
do a little cinematic?
All that vocal talk, but I can totally relate. But I will say that the end game of all that honesty,
Sorry, we don't have a third chair for you.
I don't want to, I want to be a pro and not talk about that, but I so identify. I mean, we very much, oh, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
We relate a ton to each other. I mean, we joke that we're like pop
Kindred
soulmates and
spirits.
everything, but to have a partner and to relate with, but your positivity, your energy, you talk about ego and how, all that stuff, everything you said I can totally relate to. But the end game is that you sound amazing every time, right? I mean, that's the thing, is that's the thing. The end, that's the gift, right? Of going through those ups and downs, is that you show up and it. That being said, I feel like crap.
I know, what I love about Joe too is he makes me feel a little less vocally neurotic, because
right.
But we care. We both come from theater. We train. We do the things. It's why we're still here 35 years in.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, you called him your kindred spirit in an interview you did recently for The Body Remembers. Did you have that bond right away? Obviously, you've known each other since back in the day.
I mean, I feel like we really got to know each other this year. Even on the mixtape tour, we were sometimes, usually the first time we saw each other, either was me wasn't buying a new costume every night. He was like, oh my God, it's a new dress. He was like, you're like a My Little Pony.
But on the tour? Well, it was cool, but also I would come up every night and see the outfit. That was the cool thing. I'd come up.
Oh, right, because you didn't know what I'd be wearing in that part.
Be like, I was either blinded by Crystal. But if you don't know the story, I was ballsy enough to ask Debbie to share her, one of her #1 records with me on the mixtape tour, because there's a lot of us and I gotta pick my spot. So I was like, and I knew it would be a great moment. I mean, selfishly, of course, right? For me it would. I hoped everybody else would like it too. It turns out they did. But I remember being in New York, in a hotel, watching the American Music Awards, and when she got up on the piano, right?
Yeah.
In that iconic pop moment, and to get on the phone and ask her to sing that song is amazing. And that was to think that's the beginning of a friendship is even cooler. So I'm going to stop talking, because that's enough out of me. I just want to talk more about you.
They're loving it. They're loving it. As long as we don't have a curfew, we don't have to be out of here.
Now, What if
Well, I'm
halfway
not-
through, I threw the mics out, slammed the piano? No, we won't do that.
I know, because this will be the first time we've done this without me getting on the piano. Well, the Today Show I didn't get on the piano,
But that was acoustic. Are we gonna have a little tracky
I mean, I think we
or?
were gonna do with the little tracky. I think so.
What if we do the acoustic whisper version? No. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Let's give
Ryan.
it a shot,
Yeah.
as they say.